See if you can pick him up.
Smuggler and auto service is the place to be.
If you're picking him up.
Landmark implement with 16 locations in the area. For your parts, sales, and service needs, they have an 83.5 R-Gator, a landmark service truck. It is an 8370 R truck,
He's being a smart
a
ass.
6130 M tractor, and a W.
I still don't think this is working.
Landmark implement. What a great company. You know, it all started years ago.
Those two are on.
Hello?
In Smith County implement.
They on up here?
They should be plugged in.
Are we plugged in?
Oh, it sounds working. I don't. Oh, now it is. Talk. Oh well.
One test, one,
Yeah, I
two.
think it is.
Yep.
Go ahead and.
All right. Now we just got to figure out where we're at. Where we're at.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Right here. Ken Rogers.
36.
Yep, this is coming as 36.
Ken Rogers.
All
coming
right.
number
There you go.
36. You ready?
Yep. Yeah, we're ready.
You know, there's something to say about farming.
Go
You
ahead.
know, the tariff.
And good afternoon. A little late start here on the big rodeo parade this afternoon in Phillipsburg. We apologize for that, but we have a chance to bring you some of what's going on here. Coming up, we have Representative Ken Rogers is running for re-election. Also, we have Elaine Bowers is running for election. We have Ken Rogers out there. I want to hope he'll come over and throw us some candy there. No, he's not going to throw us some
You
candy.
got Lane Bowers in there along with Senator Rick Billinger.
There's Elaine, just went by
Hi,
in front
Elaine.
of us there. They aren't throwing candy at us, though.
There's
All right,
Mr.
we have
Billinger.
Dave and Lisa Donovan just went by the camera there. From Norton, they're driving their team of Belgian paint. You saw that name, Jody and Susie, grandson Wyatt, riding along.
All right. Now we got the North Platte Shrine Club coming in here representing North Platte, Nebraska, Tahoma Shriners Club. That's Terry Knight driving it. One of the many fun-loving Shriners dedicated to offering free care at the Shriners Children's Hospital nationwide.
We're at the Farmers National Bank. The horse is drawn, wagon sponsored by the Farmers National Bank and owned and driven by Jane Sprague of Alma. Leasing away our horses are Jill and Pistol. Farmers National invites you to come to the Kansas biggest rodeo.
All right.
We're going to have a little pause here.
Yeah, we got a long gap here in the parades here, so we get caught up a little bit. We missed a little bit.
Well,
Sorry
we've
for
had
the
the
sound
Queen-
problems,
yeah.
but
The Queen has gone by, and also the rodeo committee and the flag, a nice big flag out there. We had a chance to enjoy what's going on. So, all in all, it's been, well, how many parades? When do you remember your first parade?
no, I do not remember. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I mean, we were celebrating our 40th class reunion this weekend,
really?
so.
Okay. Who are some of the people in that class?
Oh, we had Jeff and Kelly, Jeff Vanderplas and Kelly Vanderplas, Tanya Chamber, which is Tanya Cole now, and Lisa Burney,
Okay. Oh,
Lisa Todd now.
Yeah, okay.
Bill Wickham, Mike Roy, Brent Bovey.
Yeah, wow.
So we got quite a few here.
Enjoying everything?
Yeah, we had a bunch over last night to the place. We had probably 25 people
Really?
show up
Wow.
and their spouses, so we had a good time. So, yeah.
But still a little bit of a pause here as we're waiting for the next to come in here. It's a beautiful day. We mentioned rodeo starts at 8 tonight. We'll have the drawing for that car.
You're doing it tonight,
I'm
yeah.
doing that tonight.
Well, pull my name out, would you?
Yeah.
So
Well, you're about the 98th person that told me that. That's the day.
they might think it's an inside job if you pull my name. So.
Tonight, I make one friend and 250 enemies. So when I draw that out, we should have something else coming in the picture here pretty quickly.
Yeah, we got Ken Seltzer. Looks like he's got his campaign kids out here throwing candy and
Bubbles. Got a bubble machine on there. Looks like.
yeah. He's a CPA with 30 years of business experience and is currently serving as a Kansas Insurance Commissioner. He's running for governor.
Yeah, right. And that,
I got the chance to meet him.
Did,
He came out and went through the ethanol plant. Nice guy.
okay, moving in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman here is
Ken
a
Seltzer's
certified
message.
public accountant.
And he, of course, the election's Tuesday. A whole bunch of people on the ballot for the governor.
Yep. Get out and vote.
Yep, get out.
That's the main thing. Exercise your right to vote.
Right.
Kansas Insurance Commissioner.
Okay, next up we have B&B Ready Mix is coming in. You can sit back and relax while B&B Ready Mix takes away the stress on your next concrete product here.
They got one of the big trucks right behind them there.
Yeah.
We got some curbs they can pour this afternoon.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, a lot of kids on the truck there. Stress free with B&B. It looks like they
must
had
be
the dog on there. And then a cement mixer truck. I've always thought it wouldn't be a good thing to be on a highway and hit one of those full head on, you know.
If it was full, especially if it was full, yeah. You wouldn't win.
No, that's for sure. Wouldn't move much. The Pacers are in the picture now.
Pacers are coming up and riding with the Phillipsburg Pacers. The winners of the Little Mr. and Miss Panther contest, Caden Anderson and May Keefe. They're coming into your picture now.
The Pacers, they do a great job.
Yeah, they
They
do.
go here locally, they go to areas.
Throwing the candy out.
After Pacers moving on, here's more Pacers here.
Yeah, this is the
And there's
Little Mister, and this is the Miss Panther. That's Caden and May there.
Westbrook Salon and Boutique. Red, white, and blue in the Berg. Westbrook there.
Yeah, they're right there, just across from the Advocate.
Yeah.
Got a brand new business there. They do a super job.
Okay, Fort Bissell Saddle Club moving now there. The club formed in 1962 in its 57th year, named to commemorate Fort Bissell, which was a frontier fort of the banks of Bissell Creek. A member of the Kansas Western Horsemen Association, National Saddle Clubs Association. Local members travel around the state of Kansas, other states to composure. They have been around for a long time. They do a great job.
Yeah, they do. Hey, coming up behind them is Danny Wick, and he's riding an Appaloosa mare right there, turning sideways in front of your camera. Yeah.
Beautiful horse.
Yeah, it is. Nice coloring on it.
I'd like to mention the fact that the broadcast made possible by all the sponsors through the year that have helped us do the Tadpole, and
Tadpole, Sports Talk,
and everything. Okay, who do you have coming in the camera now?
All right, Hal, we have a 1961 Fleetwood Cadillac driven by Carol Bells, representing Dane G. Hansen Museum. They invite everybody to come over and visit them at the Logan Museum.
Dane Hansen, that was his Cadillac. That was his Cadillac.
Oh,
he
that
drove.
was? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was his Cadillac.
Okay. That was a little before my time.
Yeah.
61, I was one.
Yeah. That's Dane Hansen. Chiropractic Center is proud to support the red, white, and blue. Take care of you and your black and blue. Yeah, there we go. They're moving across there. Wes gets a wave to us there. His wife on the other side looking out.
Coming behind them is the Phillipsburg High School cheerleaders. Cheerleaders this year include captains Logan Soliday, Kyla Russell, Eva Arment, Meg Keaton, Colette Kennedy, Casey Russell, Corrine Cole, Sydney Mitchell, and Coach Pam Christ. Pam Christ is driving the truck. She does an excellent job with these cheerleaders. They've won some awards every year when they go down to the cheerleading clinic.
Okay, next up we have Chad Boyle with the
League champs. Little League champs. Yeah, midget.
Champs,
yeah. Whitmer Drug.
Yeah, wow.
Whitmer does a great job of sponsoring kids around the
Sure, and I tell you what,
area.
Those kids doing a good job baseball.
Yeah, they got a good arm. They may,
they got a good arm.
may take somebody out here in a minute.
Yeah, right.
Coming up behind them, we have Bev's Country Salon and Bar Arrow Cattle Company. Riding with them are Shane Jarvis, Stuart Jarvis, Cody Jarvis, Hendrix Jarvis,
Wow.
Holly Miller, all the way from Iowa.
There are a lot of horses there. Wow.
Bev's Country Salon has been a huge part of our
I think
downtown
that's
rodeo parade.
behind them we got the Saddle Club.
Yep, it's the Renegades.
Yeah, they're all together,
The
yeah.
Renegade Saddle Club, riding with Renegades and Cowgirls, various communities. Part of the annual rodeo parade in Kansas' biggest rodeo. Wow.
Hey, folks, thanks for being a part. Are y'all going to be at the grand entry tonight?
The grand entry is always something out there on a Saturday night at the rodeo. Grand entry. Wow.
There in front of me is a wonderful guy right there.
Okay, we have coming in are pretty good. And a lot of politicians were here today.
Yes, we did. You noticed in your mail how many flyers you got?
Oh yeah, yeah. And they always kind
The
of
one I was interested in was the 0.5% sales tax, by the way. So,
yeah. Okay. And speaking of a politician there, coming in here, that's Caldwell, Jeff and Mary, Jeff Caldwell and Mary Garrett. They're running for the power back to the people through reducing taxes and increasing liberty for Kansas. Kansas governor, that's another candidate for governor.
how many we got on the Kansas governor docket?
I think there's 11 on there
11?
on the Republican side. I think 11 or 13.
Wow.
High school kids, and a lot of having trouble some places. The ballots don't have all the names on the first page.
Yeah. Behind that, we got the Kansas Crop Care. They'd like to thank all the farmers and ranchers for their support this past year and look forward to serving them in the future.
To return the power back to the people of Kansas.
They're in the little Ranger there,
I think we have one out of place there.
Polaris. Yep.
That's Kansas. Put the wrong number on there anyway. Okay, we have 50. Wait,
You got,
back up a little bit.
you got Craig Snyder coming up next. Craig is driving a 1936 Ford fire truck. He's on the ballot for county commissioner for District 1. Would love your vote on August 7th.
Now that is it's a nice truck there. Well, let's see. We have coming here Steve's Lawn Service. Steve and the family have been doing lawn service for 15 years. Steve's Lawn Service. Steve's Lawn Service. He's back there throwing out candy. Very comfortable. Boy, that's not the way I used to have to mow lawns.
Right behind them is Golden Plains Credit Union. They're located in Phillipsburg, and their mission is to provide superior quality and value in every service. This 4x6 replica of the United States flag was handcrafted by the employees at Golden Plains Credit Union.
A&A Coors, of course, they are a proud sponsor of Phillipsburg Rodeo. They have been coming over for years.
I'm a good customer of theirs, by the way.
Oh, all right. I used to know, I can't think of his name there, when I lived in Hayes. He was just starting out. I knew him. They're doing a great job. All right, here we go. Max Dibble. A 1931 Ford Roadster, Max Dibble.
And he's with Lieutenant Governor Tracy Mann.
Yep. He's running with Collier.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he is now Lieutenant Governor with Collier. Yeah.
And it's Collier's behind him here. He's coming up in the white truck. He's representing Governor Collier since taking office in February. Both the governor and lieutenant governor have been focused on making Kansas the best place to live and raise a family by listening to Kansas, serving their needs, and leading by example. I went out and listened to him talk the other day. He came by Huck Boyd and had a lot of good things to say. I was impressed.
A lot of, you know, the elections really kind of got, you know, it's not as positive as it probably could be, but anyway.
Yeah.
1923 Ford T Bucket, driven by Dustin and Heather Dibble out of Shawnee, Kansas. Out of Shawnee there. That's what's next one there?
65, 66 four-wheelers driven by Maddie and Dexter Dibble of Shawnee, Kansas.
Fort Hayes Chapter and Action Society, Sons of the American Revolution, a male lineage society there with their vehicle.
Yep.
That's Sons of the American Revolution.
And just coming into your picture here is Remembering Aiden. August is Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month. The family of Aiden Trammell wants to raise awareness of SMA by wiping out SMA in the good old USA. And they're cooling everybody off
Yeah, I
with a
think
little
so.
water.
That's a good idea there. As you can see, they have the tree in there and the beach balloons. And
He's having a lot of fun.
well, the kids are having fun. They're picking their targets.
Got Dennis Taylor coming into the picture. He's a candidate for Republican nomination for Secretary of State. He asked for your vote and thanks you for your support.
You remember Janice Lee always used to walk? And all the parades I ever did, Janice Lee always walked.
It's a little warm today.
Yeah, I know, but she always walked. Yeah, but she was senator.
There's Mr. Taylor right there in your picture.
Now that's a patriotic van there.
What do we have here coming up on the pill here?
We have Midwest Family Health, your pharmacy for the entire family, a first stop for gifts and so on. So that is
something else.
Doesn't say who's on the float though.
I don't think he wants people to know who he is, or she, or what.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, that's. And this is.
Right over there is a beautiful
I think he's supposed to be the Statue of Liberty, maybe. I'm not sure. Now we got Kathy Beard coming in. Oh, that's
Linda the Good Witch is who that is.
Okay. Kathy Beard is running for County Commissioner for District 1.
Next up, we have Phillips County Health Systems. They're out there. North says there's no place like home, town health care. Phillips County Health System helping cowboys get back in the saddle. Live the healthiest life there. So that, we have, I think this is from the recent musical we had here. Everyone's dressed up like.
Okay, yeah.
Wizard
of Oz,
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
Coming into your pictures, the Kensington Locker. It's owned by Dylan and Deidre Tweedy. We proudly fly the biggest American flag at the Kensington Lockers, and I think everybody's seen that as you drive through Kensington. It's huge.
It's a huge flag.
Yes.
In fact, I've seen it. They had it there one time. If the wind wasn't blowing, you'd almost run into it. If a little bit there, out on the highway. They've done a great job with that flag. And look, they've got a big pig. Porker. Now this is something else.
Yeah.
You might explain this one.
So this is 1951. This is by Kibby's Repair, and they're putting out a message here that don't text and drive, okay?
Wow.
Or you don't end up red, white, and blue by drinking, texting, and driving.
Good example.
That's a good example right there.
Wow, look at that.
Put it down. Just remember the days when we didn't have an iPhone and didn't have.
Right.
He's revving his engine. That's a 1951 40 rat rod by Kibby's Repair and Towing, providing all your large and small repairs and towing, including tires.
And you can hear the old Texan drive. Look at the hook on that. And next up we have Next-Tech Wireless with the 2018 Little Girls Softball Champions.
Yeah, back to back. 2 years in a row.
Moving across there, you can see them throwing out there. Well, I'd like to be in the candy business, selling candy today.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a lot of candy being thrown out.
It's better than Valentine's Day, I think.
Yeah.
Behind them, we got Jim Barnett. He's a Republican running for governor. He supports funding schools, expanding Medicare, and getting our state back on track. Check out his site at www.barnettforkansas.com on Facebook and Twitter.
They had a lot of politicians over here this morning with it. Next up, we have Craig's Ag Supply, 1963 Chevy truck, serving farmers and ranchers for 30 years. Oh,
And I'm going to announce this. I'm going to announce this one as mayor. Okay?
Okay.
Behind them is the city of Phillipsburg, and I'm proud of the staff that we have. They do an excellent job, and they're the back. They're wanting to remind you the backbone of a healthy economy is a good infrastructure. They're wanting you to vote yes on August 7th to preserve our future.
That's to keep the infrastructure going, right?
Yep.
Paying for it. Next up, we have Fine Land Collision. getting down there. We've gone okay. Yeah, J&R High-Vac, 1981 Camaro. There, that's the Camaro. Boy, that is a sleek. I don't think I could get in that vehicle.
I couldn't get out of it.
You know,
I might get down, but I might not get back up.
That's 81 Camaro. I remember they came out there.
Yeah. Coming into your picture now is Fine Line Collision. They're located in Edgar, Kansas, and they meet their friends by accident.
Yeah. Colby's Custom Pasture Clearing. No job too big. Call Colby Wells there to take care of pasture clearing. That's get rid of those trees.
He's got quite a business going. Yeah, that's awesome what he does.
Oh, yeah. A lot of pastures get those evergreens out there.
Yeah.
You know.
They spread like wildfire.
They sure do. I think he should.
I wouldn't have said that in California.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Yeah, I always thought the thing to do would be to get them when the trees just first emerge instead of letting them get about 7 feet tall. You know.
Yeah.
It might save a little bit.
We're coming up there. We have Edward Jones. Okay, they bounce in to see Doug or Angela Thalheim at your local Edwards office at 801 3rd Street here in Phillipsburg, Kansas.
Edward Jones there, and of course.
Oh, they're doing it's got some rubber balls coming out of there. Okay.
That is going to be
Alma Livestock.
Proudly producers owned. They take pride in supporting livestock producer from Kansas and Nebraska, ensuring competitive prices through the live auction. Team wagon owned by Dale Sprague Heffler of Huntley.
Now we got Mark Zillinger coming in, driving a 1952 Studebaker V8 Commander.
You know what the joke was when those cars came out, the Studebakers?
What's that?
You never knew which way the front end was. You never know whether it was coming or going.
He purchased that from Vogel Days, 1952.
Okay, next up we have CASA. CASA consists of volunteers for the community appointed by a judge to work with abused and neglected children in the 17th District. Okay, you've got Dr. Roger Marshall here.
Yeah, I got Roger Marshall coming in. He represents the big 1st District of Kansas. He's your voice in Washington on issues that matter to you like agriculture, health care, and taxes. Visit him today or contact one of his offices. He'd love to hear from you.
Girl Scout Troop 10085. Girl Scout Troop 10085 has girls from kindergarten to the 6th grade. They are very patriotic there with all of their red, white, and blue balloons.
Yeah, those are fancy balloons there.
Sure are. Those are nice, yeah. USA. I just figured out USA on them. That's neat. Those are nice balloons. Okay, you got the big one.
Coming in, we got a big 18-wheeler coming in with Hot Rod DJ service. You need a DJ? Well, look no further than Hot Rod DJ service out of Norton, Kansas. They've been in business for over 5 years and traveled with karaoke, weddings, school events, military events, or parties. Give them a call if you're looking for a DJ. That's a big Coombs truck pulling them.
All right, we got a little music on them.
We just got our new business coming in here too, right behind them.
Right, that's the USA Clean Fuels now open on East Highway 36 in Phillipsburg. The fuel choice is cleaner, of course. Prairie Rise is responsible for getting it out there. You can pick the blend you want with ethanol 10, 30, 35,
E15, E30 even.
E85 even. If your van or car does take E85, don't put it in there if it doesn't.
Coming up behind them is the Staple Earthworks. Call Travis or Drew Staple for all your dirt moving needs.
Okay, next up it says scraper. I
think that goes along with both of them. That goes along with the Staple Earthworks.
Okay, it's a scraper, all right.
Yeah.
Really. Also, Vicki Smith is almost in Canberra there. She's a lifelong Kansas Republican running for Kansas Insurance Commissioner.
I think this is the most politicians we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. A lot of politics. A lot of them. And they're all most Republican, too, because... Vicky is a pharmacist.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a pharmacist. And
Okay.
she wants to be a insurance commissioner.
Behind them, we have one of the big sponsors of the rodeo. That's Cliff's Welding Service. Cliff's known as the Man of Steel. And Helen Van Kooten owned the welding shop out west of town. Go see the Man of Steel for all your welding needs.
I remember the Man of Steel when I first came here. And I don't know whether I was instrumental in getting him named that or not, but we started calling him the Man of Steel. The Man of Steel is what we say. Solomon Valley players coming into the, look at all the different flags there they have. A lot of flags.
From putting together satellite platforms for our officials.
It's the of all the flags. Even well, we have the Confederate in there.
Yes, they do.
And the Kansas flag.
That 35-star flag indicates Kansas' admission to the Union. Stars and bars during the Civil War when there were 2 flags representing our country. Whoa!
They've got. He always does that.
That'll wake you up.
He always does that. I don't care where you. They do a lot. They go around the country, you know, and have fast draw things and have things. And,
Coming into your picture now is the Gingerbread House Preschool, owned and operated by Brian and Julie Fisher. They offer quality preschool education to kiddos 3 to 5 years old. Their motto is instilling a lifelong love for learning, and they do this by offering weekly themes, units, and hands-on learning center that kids love. And they still have openings now for the fall, so give them a call at 785-533-1358.
Abate of Kansas, they're the ones that work on different things. They're dedicated to issues concerning motorcyclists, also committed to promoting motorcycle awareness and sharing the road. I had a chance to go on a couple of rides with them one time. That's kind of neat round one. Look at the motorcycles here. Of course, they talked about things like requiring you to wear helmets and other things.
That's old Bear Wynett driving the truck.
Yeah. Bear was the one that got me a ride. I ended up in Hayes on a motorcycle. That's interesting. Have you ever ridden a motorcycle? Your motorcycle?
I've never owned one, no. My brother had one, and I stopped in a sand pond. It fell over, so I was done. My motorcycle days were over.
Okay. All right, this is Abate is in there. Look, there's some big units.
Yeah.
Look at that unit there, the sidecar. That would probably could buy a couple of Cadillacs with that. Next up, what do we have coming in there now?
Showing Tamco on there. They're a little out of order.
Okay, yeah.
That's the Tamco Pee Wee baseball team. They won the 2018 Phillipsburg Little League tournament. That's the 3rd year the team has been tournament champions. Coaches are Dustin Springer, Rance Ames, and Kevin Mans.
There's a lot of candy being thrown out
Yeah.
here, but they're all being picked up here. A lot of it on the other side. It's okay. 100, number 100 in the parade. Cub Scouting, more important than something to do. Cub Scouts are going to be selling their popcorn this fall. I always have to get their popcorn.
Oh, yeah. It's
Microwave
good.
popcorn, good popcorn. Wow. Join the Scouts. And they're in a boat here. Next up, we have Craig Ralston. Coming in here.
Craig's driving the 1948 8N Ford Tractor, and he's having a little bit of trouble with it right now.
I've been in radio for years. I was a Cub Scout at 8 years old, and I went to
I don't know if it overheated or what, but Craig's out there working on it.
Okay. All right. Well, 1948.
There he comes. Here he
AM.
comes. Here he comes.
Wow. We saw Craig and his dad.
They've been in business since 1956
Wow. Yeah,
for commercial and residential construction.
Yeah. Okay, that's. You remember the old cars that if it was hot in the summertime, they always got hot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you don't remember that. I remember the
No,
40s,
I remember seeing
40s and 50s. They'd get hot. You'd have to drive so you try to drive in the wind as much as you could to cool off because it's just a keep cool.
ladies and gentlemen, and I sure hope you have enjoyed the downtown parade. But once again, these
Dennis
small kids
Babcock.
here picking up some great candy.
We got Ralston there. Okay. All right, we have coming up. We'll go ahead.
Like they got quite a few on
Yeah, there's a lot
coming
of-
here that it's
I
not on the scrap.
talked with Angie Wells this morning.
Had a lot of late
A
entries.
lot of entries, and said that they always put them at the end of the thing. So look at Phillips County
So
old.
this is Dennis Babcock. Darren and his dad are riding in a 1963 galley convertible with his family.
And this, I think we're running out of script here.
Thanks for being part of it again, sir and family.
This is
Barb's Bail Bonds.
okay, our bail bonds there in here with it. Next up, I know we're going to have some more.
We have a script up to 103, and we're already up to 105. So
So Santa
I know Santa's
Claus.
in there.
Santa's
I'm
throwing
not
out
sure
candy.
who they're representing, but
Wow.
Santa's here.
And so Santa Claus, I bet that is kind of warm. He's not used to this temperature. He's used to 20 below, you know. Okay, then we have another saddle. Probably I have no idea, but
Not sure I can read what's on their saddle.
Gal in the middle there. My granddaughters both rode horses for years, and
What does that say on there?
they still do it. In fact, can you read it?
Second Chance Homeless for Society, or for
The big one. Oh, this is Roger Marshall's. This McCormick. This is, I think.
what's he do now?
I think he's running against Marshall.
Oh, he's running against
The
Marshall.
big first
Okay,
district. Yeah. Yeah. He was
that's
on-
quite a
he
red
was-
jacket he has on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was there also Nick
Nick Reinecker.
Reinecker. No,
Okay.
Reinecker. He's running against Marshall.
Behind them we have CA Plumbing LLC
I'm glad they
from
put the
Osborne.
sign on the side of the truck.
Yeah,
Wow,
they're out of Osborne all the way.
Yeah.
Come over. That's kind of neat. Come over for our parade.
Yeah, that's great. We appreciate that. We have someone else squirting out water. We're trying to pick up another big horse show coming. I see that in the parade. It's the street sweeper. Always will be the street sweeper comes after all the horses go through.
Yeah, we got a ways before they're here though. We got White's Auto Glass out of Orleans, Nebraska in the next one,
And
and they're cooling everybody
they
off.
sure are. White's Auto Glass, Orleans. And coming into your view here is another, let's see, we have some more, looks like we have a gal on there that's got, looks like Royal Regalia. We'll pick that up in a minute when they get up here so we can.
I think this next one's out of Franklin, Nebraska.
Yeah. Okay, now that's a good-looking team of horses there that
Yeah.
are moving along. We'll read in a minute who they are as they get up here.
That's the Sioux Nation Ag Center.
Sioux Nation Ag Center, Franklin, Nebraska. The Sioux Nation Ag Center. Wow. Okay. And again, look, we have some. Is that royalty next coming in there? But I don't know. It looks like all this glitter on there. But then we have a.
And I'm not sure what these horses
show.
are. Yeah. Good looking horses though.
Yeah, yeah.
They're getting ready for the rodeo tonight.
That's a little girl on that big
Yeah,
horse.
Sure is. Wow.
Kansas biggest rodeo.
You like horses? You ever? I was a parade marshal one time here, and I rode a horse.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
I rode a horse.
You've done one thing I haven't done.
Cowboy hat and jeans and the whole thing, you know. Yeah.
The rodeo action at 8 o'clock.
That's a little horse there.
That is. Yep. Now that's more my size. And we have another golf cart coming in. I don't know. Is that wrong?
Enjoy the show. My name is Bob.
Looks like Mr. Lauer coming
I
up
thought,
here
yeah,
from
I don't know.
Advocate.
He's the one that kind of gets everyone together at the. He's got a gun. that's
He's
supposed
trying to shoot some
something. I don't
people
know
with
what.
some water at him. Yeah.
Okay, we have more of these. All these that you see going by in front of me are help line up the parade and everything. Get it up and down, line up the parade. And of course, as we mentioned, coming into view very shortly will be the street sweeper, the city street sweeper.
Need to get up here.
Will be going behind all the horses to see the things that the horses left some deposits out on the street. So we're going to see.
That does it. That concludes
that's it there. So
the parade.
Okay, coming up 8 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
Is performance number 3.
Yep. We thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
join us online.
And
we hope you enjoyed it.
Apologize for the beginning,
Yeah.
but technology, you know.
We caught up.
We caught up on everything. So
All right.
again, if you've enjoyed the parade, be sure you go out tonight to the rodeo 8 o'clock. And next year is number 90, I think.
Yep,
And number
90.
90. That's going to be a big celebration.
Big year for us.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Lance.
Yep.
Anything else?
Do
Any
it.
final comment?
Appreciate you
Get out and
inviting
vote.
me.
Okay, get out and vote on Tuesday, right?
That's right.
Okay, go to the
Go
polls
vote on Tuesday.
Go vote on Tuesday. Thanks a lot for joining us today.